Good morning, everyone. It's Miss Pillars again, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. So let's drop a few knowledge bombs and things for you to think about. Today, we are going to talk about your scientific mindset. Last week, we talked about mindset, growth versus fixed, but today we're going to talk about scientific mindset. What is that, you say? Well, glad you asked, because when you are coming at something or looking at something from a scientific mindset, let's imagine you got your clipboard in hand. You are observing, you are seeing, you are thinking, and you are wondering. That is what we're going to do, but with you, with your own self. So, we're going to start off by talking about masterpiece days, continue on by talking a little bit about habits, and then, thirdly, just a reminder about avoiding judgment. And of course, we'll end with a question. So, let's get started. Number one, Masterpiece Days. There was an author whose name is Todd Henry, and he wrote a book called Die Empty. And he had this really cool idea that made me think extra about my days. And he suggested that, or mentioned, or considered the idea of someone coming to you and following you all day and documenting everything that you did, right? So he comes to you and he is going to, or she, got our scientific goggles on and is writing, going to be writing on this clipboard, questioning, watching, observing, and just simply documenting every single thing that you do from the minute you get up in the morning to the time you go to bed. Are you embracing challenges? Are you making excuses? Are you following your goals? Are you achieving things? Are you acting reactively or proactively? Are you being kind? Are you being crazy? What are you doing? That will be written down. And that paper at the end of the day will be the embodiment of your life in one page. One snapshot, one day will represent your entire life. Is that what you want people to see? So think about it. For me, it was very eye opening to think about this. What does my life look like from one day to the next? And if I knew that somebody was going to document my day, how would I live differently? How would I show up? So I want you to think about that. How will you show up today and every day? Number two, habits. Y'all, like 43% of what we do every day is on autopilot. It's almost half. It means if we're doing it on autopilot, we're not thinking about it too much. So, from the clothes we wear to the time we eat to the foods we eat, the tasks we accomplish or don't, or put off, or blow off, or talk about and not do, those are things that determine our entire day. And here's what I want to say is, it's impossible to know what your limits are. It's impossible to know what your potential is. So I want to ask you, like, what are you doing? You know that there's a gap. It is for all of us. There's a gap between who you are or excuse me, what you do and what you actually want to do, right? If you want to get up an hour earlier, but you can't do it, what are you going to do to change that? So there's a suggestion made in the book called Tiny Habits that you make your habits too small to fail. So if you want to get up 1 hour earlier, get up 1 minute earlier, right? So 1 minute, I can do that. 1 hour, maybe not, right? But I can definitely do 1 minute. If I want to eat healthier, maybe I can eat one piece of broccoli, but I'm not going to eat a whole package of it. But I made some movement, motion towards my goal. And that's one of the keys is you get momentum. any action that you take is going to create momentum forward, momentum towards your goal. So when you take that one small step, celebrate it because you just took action towards your goal, even if it's tiny. And chances are, once you get started, you're going to keep going. So give yourself credit. And that leads into avoiding judgment. It's really hard to get down on yourself when you don't achieve something that you want to do or something you said you were going to do. So once you remove that judgment, try, here's where your scientific mindset comes in. You are on a pathway of discovery. You're trying to figure out answers. You're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, why does it work, why doesn't it work, how can I make what works more common in my life? How can I do that more frequently? So, this is about you, right? You are being a scientist about you and observing you. If it doesn't work, maybe it's your process, not you. So don't judge it. You are trying to learn more about yourself. So just let's recap. What did we just talk about? So, first of all, writing down everything you do for a day. What if you wrote down everything you did for one day? Then look at it and discover how that embodies what you do. Is it what you like? If not, then change it. And if you're not sure how to change it with small steps and small habits, right? And again, habits can be tough to change. So, how small can you make it? Make it small enough so that you cannot fail. Want to walk a mile? Take one step. Get out the door, walk down the driveway. Okay? Take small steps. See what you want to do better when you look at your day. What do you want to do better? Then create habits that will lead you to success. And lastly, celebrate what you do accomplish, no matter how small it is. And avoid judging the scientific research about yourself, you guys. This is fun. You're gathering data, so you want to love the process because it is in the spirit of making yourself better. We all want that. And you're never too young, you're never too old to change and start. So, what you do is all about design and redesign, just like in science. You hypothesize, you predict, you test out your hypotheses, see what works, see what doesn't work. And then if you still don't succeed, you back it up and you try it again. That's all there is to it. You guys can do this. So, my question for you today is how will you choose? Because you have a choice, and I'll keep reminding you of that. You have a choice of how you live your life starting today. And I'm going to say, not just today, but now. How will you live your life? Go out and do that and have an astonishing day. Bye, guys.